Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Lions on the Prowl. It's lunchtime with the Lions. And guess what? Today, we're going to go into a bunch of different things. This team is still driving me crazy. We're going to go to the trade deadline extravaganza. We're going to have a food fight today. We got some bite-sized nuggets for you. We've got a main course and dessert today. And the question of the day, when you get way down to the end, please watch the video to the end, everybody. We really appreciate that. Shout out to Luke G for helping us with our video stuff, and just doing a little coaching, helping us out. We really appreciate that, Luke. Alrighty, and now I'm gonna bring in my main man, Kurt Steele.
Hey, as Jim said, please watch the videos all the way to the end. It improves our YouTube algorithm, so more Lions fans like yourself can get content from us right here at Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And do us a favor, one more thing, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you know when you're getting fresh content from us right here on this show. Well, the show, it's time to start the show right now. Oh, hey, it's time to start the show. And first up today is the comment cards. Jim, it's on you, brother.
It's on me. All right, we're going to go to what you said about this, and we're going to either agree or disagree or whatever. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Joshua Singer says, it's the offensive line. Doesn't matter who's running the ball. Ragnow is trash. Decker is a joke. The team will not be relevant until they pull the plug on Stafford. That's what happens when a 6-win team picks a tight end, the top 10 pick, and the next season, 3 wins, picks a cornerback at number 3. It's hard to pull for a team that doesn't seem interested in winning. There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, that's a deep one. Now, I would say the cornerback thing, I get it. A lot of people didn't want them to take Okuda at that position. Hawkinson, I think Hawkinson was the right pick, but to say that Frank Ragnow and Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow is not trash.
No.
First of all, he's one of the best centers in the NFL.
Yeah.
To say that statement is, I mean, I hate to say it. That's a complete ignorant statement. That's just. Yeah.
For me
Taylor
too.
Decker is he's playing pretty good this year. So, did he have the best game on Sunday? No, but that vaunted defensive line of the Colts is no joke. So I don't get the fact that you trashed probably our 2 best offensive linemen. I don't get that. I would have
said okay if you said Big V, but I can't get behind the Ragnow thing. I said that in the comments, but I do think I don't like the third pick as a corner. I don't. Yeah. And actually, I didn't like the Hawkinson. I don't like the Hawkinson pick all that much, even though I think they could have traded back and got a better defensive lineman or an offensive lineman. I think for us, I like to build through the trenches for the run game to protect the quarterback, go to the second level on the defense. Let's get a really good linebacker in there.
Yeah.
Somebody who's going to be a stud linebacker, which we're sorely miss right now.
Yeah.
I just think I think that going for a corner at the third round pick and number 8 at a tight end, I just think that I didn't like those picks, and he said it's hard to pull for a team that doesn't seem interested in winning. That's I don't know about that. I don't like what they did. I can't say they're not interested in winning, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I couldn't get with a little bit of those comments. All right, Mortar Films back on the show. Literally waited for this, laughing out loud. He said, I was big on drafting Tua because you could have sat him for the year and then got rid of Stafford and Quinn Trisha, and it's over. We're heading in the wrong direction, and so much for a good draft pick after winning 5 or 6 games. Same old Lions nations. Let's go.
I wasn't big on drafting Tua. I don't like drafting injured quarterbacks. I didn't think he was going to be great at this level. No, I don't believe that. I don't.
Yeah, it's people can try to point to the game on Sunday, and I've seen someone comment says, well, he Tua had a better debut than Jeff Okuda. There's
a lot of people that have better debut than Jeff Okuda because he didn't debut the first game. He didn't even play.
Yeah. So here's my. I mean, it's two totally different, and you really can't, and that's such a small sample size, so you can't judge that. You can't judge that. Go ahead, my man.
Troy Thibodeau says problem is 3 years now, no adjustments at all. Not at halftime, not during the game, on offense or defense. He has to go after the season. My thought is he should go sooner. I mean, he's he's completely right on this. Thanks for the comment, Troy. Absolutely no adjustments at halftime.
Yeah.
Absolutely no offense, defense, nothing. You've got to. I think that Daryl Bevell has a game script, and once he's done with that, he's lost. I don't know what's going on with this team. Bevell has not been good at all. I don't like the defense, the calls on defense, and it's just the whole thing has to be redone. It's time to go. It's time. You're out.
Yeah. All right. 313 Money Team P says it's still too early to give up. It was a bad loss, but it's only the fourth loss. We knew that our line sucked, both offense and defense. The coach defense looked real.
Yeah. What do you mean it's not time to give up? Who do you see this team beating?
Yeah. It's.
Are you serious?
Hey, everybody's gonna have a half glass empty or half glass full type of approach to it. So I get what he's saying.
Yeah. I don't.
I get, people don't want to give up. And shout out to my man Shawnee J over there at the Die Hard Den podcast, the other show I'm on. He has that same type of view. It's only, we need to let them, do their job, and they can turn it around. I'm like, no. So
but every time they play a good team, this is what happens to them.
Yeah, this is definitely, they get exposed without any adjustments. And this isn't a problem for Patricia. This even goes back to the Caldwell days. We still have had a problem with adjustments and telegraphing plays. So it's one of those things where the Lions need to become more unpredictable.
The Lions are the first team that's going to invent a new position in the coaching staff called the adjuster. You have to bring somebody in just to make adjustments from a booth or something, because these guys can't handle it for some reason.
That is so true.
Honestly, don't understand that. Thank you for your comments, guys. It's a really pleasure. It's really a pleasure to interact with you guys, even though sometimes I think you're wrong, you think I'm wrong, Kurt thinks you're wrong, whatever. we have fun with that. We really do. So I'm going to go into some bite-sized nuggets real quick, and we're going to find out a few things that's going on with the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions put Trey Flowers on the short-term IR. We don't know what the injury is. Looks like an upper body. I think it's a shoulder. That's just my guess. So what does that mean for the team? Trey Flowers is you're just going to slide Everson Griffin in there, right?
Probably going to slide Everson Griffin. That definitely messes with our depth on the defensive line.
So you just trade for somebody because you think you're going to have somebody on the other side, and then someone goes down, and those plans are gone.
Yep.
Kenny Golladay is going to miss the Vikings game, and he could go to short-term IR as well. This has been a cluster because of the contract situation. I do think it's a legit injury. So did Dr. Jimmy. Everybody doesn't know because they didn't see the actual injury.
Yeah. I kind of got a snapshot of it where it looked like he was trying to pivot on a route where he was trying to make a cut, and it looked like it just kind of got jammed in there. And it's, people can say what they want. People are going to be narcissistic, and they're going to be doubters and say, hey, he's just trying to get paid. I think he actually got legit hurt.
I agree.
And people try to say he missed the meetings on Saturday, and that was quickly debunked. He was at the team meeting. He actually brought Chick-fil-A for his teammates. So
if he was late, that's probably where he was at, getting food.
He brought
Come
food
on, man.
for everyone.
If he didn't want to play, he wouldn't play. He would have sat out.
He would have sat out. And he's the type of guy that wants to play. He wants to be out there. And it kind of hurts him that when he can't be out there.
Yep. Oh, and the Lions work out former Patriot. Thank goodness for another former Patriot. Mohamed Sanu.
He spent most of his time in Atlanta, man. That's and he's San Francisco.
Yeah. But I like him. I don't have anything against him.
I do. He has that same type of frame as Galladay. He has a good catch radius. Now he's probably not as athletic. He's a little older, a little longer in the tooth. And
I think we're gonna get Cephas back too. He'll be active.
Yeah,
next week
Cephas is healthy. He's making a healthy scratch. I just think he's been waiting in the wings. He's kind of the odd man out, so I think he's going to be back in the fold here. Really,
I honestly think the reason that he's been a healthy scratch is not because of the position or him or anything else, but you have a lot of injuries and question marks on the offensive line. You got to keep people active on the offensive line. That costs a roster spot. I think that's what's happening there. I don't think it's anything to do with him.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. It's a numbers game.
It really is. So now we go to the main course. This is we're quick hitting it today, man. We're getting right through it today.
Let's get it. Let's get this food, baby. Let's eat.
Let's get fed. We're talking about the trade day extravaganza. The trade deadline is today. I think it's 4 p.m.
Yep, 4 p.m.
I believe Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
Who do we think is leaving the D? Anybody going to leave Detroit?
Well, one guy who's probably not going to leave, people were speculating on leaving, as Jarrett Davis. And the reason being is that the Steelers traded for Avery Williamson of the Jets. The Jets are having their fire sale, and the Steelers were buyers. They took that linebacker, missing Devin Bush. They got exposed a little bit against the Baltimore Ravens. That run game is definitely something that will tear you apart. And so, they need that another linebacker. So they went out and got Avery Williamson from the Jets. So it doesn't look like Jarrett Davis will be going anywhere. I don't see another team trying to pick him up.
Another guy for me was Marvin Jones, but with the Kenny Galladay situation, I don't think he's going anywhere now.
Yep, I don't think he is either.
Do you think we're going to be buyers? And if so, who do you think we're going to target position-wise right now if we're going to be buyers?
I think we're gonna probably target another defensive lineman. I don't know, can't particularly say who, but I think that with the injury to Trey Flowers, I just think we need to add a little more depth to that defensive line. And he's on the short-term IR, but it still needs some more depth up front. So, I think it needs to be one of those hybrid players that can play defensive end and defensive tackle, that can switch inside and outside.
There's two different articles on this today and yesterday. Shout out to my man, Jeremy Reisman of Pride of Detroit.
Oh, my man, Jeremy.
And their publication has it out there that we should trade for Stephan Gilmore, the cornerback out of New England. And this was also on SI, All Lions, I believe. That they had that too.
I did see that as well.
What do you think on that? Should we go out and buy with Stephan Gilmore?
Let's see here. Is he a good player? Abso-freaking-lutely. Kind of some negative things in that situation. He's 30. He's the reigning defensive player of the year, and he's been, tweaking some injuries this year. He kind of got, but is it the Patriots kind of trying to save him for the trade deadline? Could be. I'm still not sold on Desmond Trufant. So if you get rid of Desmond Trufant, but what is it going to cost the Lions? Is it
first or a second is what I'm hearing.
Is it going to mortgage the future for the team? And that's my concern.
Right.
For a big name like him.
If you're thinking second round pick, would you trade Tease Tabor for him? He was a second round pick.
Yeah.
So was Jelani Tavai.
Second round. If it's a second round pick.
DeAndre Swift, though, was a second round pick as well.
DeAndre Swift was a second round pick. I think that if it's a second, I can deal with it.
Then we only have 4 picks next year.
Yeah.
No second round pick. And if we're in a rebuild situation,
I see that and we'll get into this in here shortly when we get to the food fight. I just think that the situation with the team right now is going to force the hand of Bob Quinn to make some deals.
I don't know. Okay, do you think? Let's get to the food fight. Well, let's do
Let's
it.
go. Ding.
Ding, ding.
Let's go.
Do you think the Lions will be buyers or sellers? And Kurt, what position do you have on this?
The Lions are going to be buyers. And this is
no.
And I understand why you don't want them to be buyers because it's going to mortgage the future of the team. But here's my stance on that. There are two people right now in Detroit or Allen Park that are fighting for their professional lives. And that is Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. And they're I'm telling you, they're going to try to do everything they can to save their hides. And that's why they're going to be buyers. You got a hole at the wide receiver. You got a hole in the defensive line. You probably got a hole in the secondary. So they're going to be buyers because they're trying to save their jobs. No. That's my whole thing. You look at where we're at right now. And we're in a flux. You're at 3-4. You have some teams that you can probably win coming up. You can beat. So why not be buyers? You got to look at it where I'm looking at Bob Quinn and he's trying to say like, hey, I need to save my job. So I'm gonna try to get us retool us to get us where we need to go so I can save my job at least for one more season.
As I see it, they're lame ducks. I don't believe that they're going to make the playoffs this year. Mm-hmm. I think they may. The highest I have them getting is 8-8. Mm-hmm. That was my prediction before the year. The thing is, though, I don't think they're going to get 8-8. I don't even think they're going to do that well. I think these got it could be 6-10.
6-10.
No, I don't know. They have an easier schedule coming up, but this is the Lions. They play Green Bay. They play Chicago again. Yep. Minnesota looked like they really good last game, and that was a win that I gave them. Washington, well, they probably can beat them. But Carolina's not going to be a gimme either. So look at all these teams. So let's go back to whether they should be buyers or sellers.
Yeah.
Sellers.
Who are they getting rid of?
They're getting rid of Marvin Jones. They're going to get some free agents. For me, sell the farm. We're going to have to rebuild anyway. We only have 5 draft picks, and you want to take a 2nd round pick and go get Stephan Gilmore. What other picks are you willing to give up so that we don't have any next year?
I mean, that's the only one pick that I would really give up. You might trade a player. It may be a one for, like, okay, say if you can trade Marvin Jones for a defensive back, would you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might, depending on the deal, the contract, the person. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's a lot to deal with here. Also,
you look at Desmond King out there, just got traded for a 6th round draft pick.
And what do you think about Kenny Golladay? Yeah, now that he's hurt, can you still move him? Is that an NFL rule or not?
No, I don't think. Really, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna, except for the Lions probably. I'm ain't gonna trade for nobody that's injured.
It ruined that. It ruined that trade.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should be buyers at all. I think they should be sellers. I think anybody that'll take Kerryon Johnson for a bucket of balls would be fine.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I feel you, but they're not going to. I'm telling you, it's a save their behind type of mentality.
Oh, I agree with you.
And
we said, should they be?
They're going. Yeah.
The question is, should they be? And they're
going to be buyers. They're going to be buyers. And you know what though?
Not.
And if it gets us some more wins, if it gets us close, if we can make a run, and on the optimistic side, I would say do it.
Would you trade Stafford right now? Right now, at the trade deadline.
Man, hell no. Who's gonna play? You gonna trade Stafford for Chase Daniel? Nah, bro.
I will trade anybody on this team right now to get draft picks. This team's going absolutely nowhere.
Hey,
and they're going nowhere fast.
They could be going somewhere.
So Everson Griffin, you gave up a 6th round pick for him, but did you give up a 6th round pick for nothing? Because at the end of the season, his contract's up anyway. And if you don't make the playoffs and you're nowhere near the playoffs, then you got him and you wasted a 6th round pick. Are you willing to keep wasting picks so that whoever comes in here after Patricia and Quinn, they have nothing to work with?
Well, here's the deal. Those guys, if they're gonna be gone, they're not worried about that anyway.
I guess they wouldn't be, but we are.
We are, but they're not worried about that.
No, we are worried about that.
I mean, we're worried about that as fans. We want us, to be set up to go into the future. And but if you look at the Rams, they've had some success, and they've done a couple mortgages themselves, and they're a decent team, always competing out there in the NFC West. So,
right.
I mean, it could work.
It could work. I don't know. I sell and I rebuild.
I mean, if you look
this defense is not going to translate well to anyone else. It's going to have to be torn apart.
Yeah, it's going to.
Offense can work. I mean, I think the offense is good the way it's at. I think maybe some more offensive line help. We're going to need some wide receivers. I think the running back position is fine. Tight ends look good. So, we could put a lot of money and a lot of effort into that defense. It really needs it. We need some draft picks to do that.
And that's why I'm thinking they're going to be buyers, because they need some help on the defensive side of the ball.
That scares me even thinking about it. Question of the day. We are at that point already. Question of the day. Who do you think is out of the deep? Does anyone get traded today? I want your comments below. And now we're going to go to my favorite part of the show, the dessert with Kurt.
Now, the Lions played terrible, so we're going to have a little bit of vegetables today for dessert. Some Brussels sprouts, if you will. On 2 plays on the defense, one of them was a scoring play. The Lions only had 10 men on the field.
What?
2 times in the game on Sunday, one of them a scoring play. The Lions only had 10 players on the field.
I guess it's better than having 12.
Yeah,
getting a penalty.
But with 10, you outgunned, and you just don't have the matchups. So you can't get pressure, or you're not gonna be able to cover because someone's gonna be missing their assignment. So that's the Brussels sprout dessert for today. The Lions had 10 players on the field for 2 plays, one of them being a scoring play on Sunday.
All right. And guys, I know you're suffering. I mean, rocking with us. I really appreciate it. Misery loves company.
Yeah.
That's going to be the new Lions motto next year. It won't be defend the den. It's going to be misery loves company. I'm just kidding, guys. I want this team to win in the worst way. I want a Super Bowl before I die, and that's much sooner than most of you.
One before I die. Please, I ain't getting any younger.
For real, we both aren't. And so, with that, guys, thanks a lot for the comments, and you rocking with us. You're doing the watch party with us, the premiere that we're going to be doing all the time now. Appreciate that. Love to interact with everybody. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Kurt to close out the show.
Hey, as always, watch the videos all the way to the end so it improves our YouTube algorithm so we can get more content to Lions fans just like yourself. And hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, watch the premiere, comment down below, and like the video. Leave us some comments. If you can't watch live, go back later, watch it, and leave us a comment and answer the question of the day. If you do, you get priority for being on the show. So any final comments before we close it out, Jim?
No, just, you know what, guys, I think you just need to wait till next year. I know that I'm in the minority here, that everybody thinks that, we could turn it around. We're only 3-4. Yeah, we were 3-4 last year. That's when Stafford went down. Just to let you know, we lost every single game after that. I don't believe that's going to be the case this year, but I don't think we're going to get. I don't think we're getting to 8 wins. I'm going to say it right here, right now. I don't even think we're getting to 8.
Okay, Jim's calling this shot. He says it's going to be 7-9 or worse.
Yep.
All right. Hey, as always, man, today is Tuesday, November 3rd, Election Day. So go out, exercise your constitutional right to vote. I spent 26 years in the military defending everyone's constitutional right to do so. So do your big bruh Kurt Steele a favor. Go out there, exercise your right to vote. And as always, whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. Boom, man, Jim, right here at Detroit Lions on the Prowl. This is Kurt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.